following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know...
Well, you know him better than I do, son. But the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff.
Doc, where are you?
As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity. There's always a possibility that I could land in trouble sometime. You come to my rescue in the past, or was it the future? Anyway, when you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do. Good luck.
We're going back to the future, man. Welcome back to the Collector's Zone. I'm Jeff Dickinson, and this is a game I've been after for a while. Forgot about it, and I'm lucky to score it. And man, am I excited. Let's go ahead and open this up. Now, funny thing, I was talking to this dude working the deal. Most of these games, you can find them for like, $80, sometimes 90 to 100, but yeah, man. This one, there's a little story behind it. Well, check this out. Dude sold me one for $60 and then immediately refunded my money back. Lucky for me, I found this copy and it was in much better condition. Check this out. So yeah, man, this is it. It's the 30th anniversary edition of Back to the Future game. Now, this originally came out for the PS3, and, back then I didn't have one, so I passed it up and forgot about it. But then, man, they came out with this game here, and it is, what people are considering, that's not a good sign. This is like a Back to the Future Part 4. Game's in really good condition. The guy sent me some good pictures. And there's this thing right here. Oh, by the way, hang tight to the end of the video, man. I got some cool to share with you behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, this is inside the game. Get a little diagram of how everything works. For me, it's useful, man. I forget where all the shit is anyway. But yeah, without the glare, you can see a little bit back, at the back end of the game. But yeah, this is going to be really cool. So yeah, there's some special features that I'll be sharing with you at the end of the video. But until then, I got to put this thing in and power it up, download it, and all that other cool stuff.
Man, this is going to be killer. Let's hop in here. And the cool part is that this is a remake that got the original actors. And, yeah. It's gonna be cool. This is going to be cool. These are all the episodes here. Looking forward to all this. Play video. What's this here? Let's check it out.
The history of Back to the Future in video games has not been a pretty one. And so My mandate to Telltale when they said we're going to do Back to the Future is this game cannot suck eggs.
I was aware of his frustration at previous attempts at making a game. Definitely, like the first time we met, we talked about that. You know, with Telltale, our process starts with the story and the characters, and we apply the story mechanics later. And I think that people were really excited about the potential of where this could go, because we really want to protect the license. And, you know, also for us, like, getting Bob Gale's sign-off was everything.
There's never going to be a Back to the Future Part 4. We're not doing that. But Telltale's Back to the Future game is pretty close to what a Part 4 could be.
Making a Telltale game is sort of modeled after the TV episodic model, where we, instead of telling one story at once, we tell a bunch of stories that are all connected over the course of a season. So in Back to the Future's case, it was 5 episodes. So first we figure out like the really rough story arc, and that's kind of where everything starts.
We would have roundtable meetings with the Telltale guys, would come down to LA. We got to talking about things. I proposed that we go back into Doc Brown's youth, because this was an idea that Bob Zemeckis and I had way early on when we were trying to figure out what Back to the Future Part 2 was going to be about.
And instantly, like, all of the fans in the room just went, yeah, that's why we should do this. That's the story we want to tell and explore. And then it was all just a matter of, okay, well, we have this basic idea. How do we get the player involved? What is, you know, obviously we want it to be a Doc and Marty story. That was kind of the core of what the films are. And so we started there, came up with the problem for the whole series of Doc getting stranded back in time. Then we go in and start actually kind of creating the concept art. I remember seeing that first Marty sketch was another key moment in the process where we're like, okay, that's the thing we were most worried about in this production. We've got that figured out, now we can move on.
Well, the best part of the Telltale guys on the game were they were huge fans of the movie, and they wanted to get it right. They wanted really to be true to the spirit of Back to the Future.
Another like really important part of the process for us was getting the actual actors from the movie to be involved. From the very get-go, when the game was first pitched, we said we have to get Christopher Lloyd. If we're going to be doing Doc Brown in a huge speaking role, it's got to be right.
I think it's great. What a fabulous idea. It's certainly timely. I mean, video games are hot, and this is great material. I mean, it should be a lot of fun. Great Scott!
Having Tom Wilson come back for some voiceover now is rad.
Tom as Biff, episode 103, take 1.
You're lucky your old man's here, butthead.
I feel like that guy is just one of the huge parts. Like, you can't have a Back to the Future game without Biff.
He moves his neck more. He uses his jaw more than I do. You know, things like that. So with every character in the movie, I would think about those things. So it's there. I don't have to watch everything because I remember those cues also, the physicality. Although in voiceover it doesn't matter so much. But as you see, maybe in the B-roll, you see, you know, I'm trying to be physical to get back into it to be able to do it right.
And then having Claudia Wells come in too, like she was, I think, right off the bat, you know, interested as well, and heard that kind of the band was getting back together.
Jennifer?
What the hell?
The coup of all coups was getting Michael J. Fox to participate and be the voice of one of the McFly ancestors.
Well, yeah, so when we were trying to get all the cast together, we spoke with Michael J. Fox, but due to time commitments, couldn't be, you know, full-time like we needed him. But we got him to do the cameo, which was awesome. And I almost feel like that was almost a cooler use of him nowadays. But then the search turned to, how do we find someone to do a Marty who can just come in and be our main character? And it was a really big worry for a while.
I voiced Marty McFly in Back to the Future, the game. That is what I did.
Jesus Christ, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein!
Pressure, yeah. To be like, oh, you know that amazing, iconic role that everyone loves and knows and can quote lines from, and that incredibly famous, wonderful actor, Michael J. Fox. Can you just replicate that? That's what I had going on in the back of my head. So yeah, it was a lot of pressure.
At one point, we got an email from our accountant who said that she'd gotten emailed an MP3 from some kid who said he would like to be Marty in the Back to the Future game.
I heard about this. I saw a news article. Telltale Games is making Back to the Future and Jurassic Park into a game. And I was like, wow, that looks awesome. I would love to be, you know, the voice of Marty McFly, but there's no way in hell that's going to happen. And at the time, Telltale was a lot smaller, so you just have to Google Telltale to get like a list of phone numbers. And Rhoda was the first name that popped up, so I called her and I left a message that was basically this nerdy, like, hey, my name is AJ LoCascio, I do a great Marty. You know, I tried to sound as much like Marty as I could. I was like, it's my density to have this role.
But I remember it going across someone's desk, them hearing this audition and just saying, man, this kid sounds exactly like Michael J. Fox when he was young.
Doc, you gotta listen to me. The bruise on your head, I know how that happened. You told me the whole story.
It was almost no discussion. It was just kind of, yeah, we heard that MP3 that I think he recorded on like a Rock Band microphone with like, it was just insane, but it was that good.
AJ's Marty McFly is damn near flawless. When I heard his voice, I couldn't believe it.
I mean, I listened to it, and if I didn't know that this was not Michael, I would have assumed it was.
He was such a crucial piece to have that energy throughout the entire series, so it was amazing working with him.
I was obsessed with the movies growing up, like obsessed with Back to the Future. So it was something that was always in the back of my head. It was just a silly party trick at, you know, what went from a social thing to party trick to actually becoming very useful.
So, Jennifer.
Uh-huh.
What do you think of me?
I don't.
Working on this from a fan perspective was the most pressure I've ever felt on anything. Trying to invent a way where we can pull you along through the story and then use dialogue options where you get to choose what Marty's going to say. And I think that's the kind of the hook for us, is giving you a situation and then saying, well, here's 3 different ways or 4 different ways that Marty could possibly react. If you were playing Marty, what would you do? And I think that it allows people to really author their own story.
Telltale's Back to the Future game is the only game that deserves to be called Back to the Future. It's very true to the spirit of the movies. The voice acting is terrific. The characterization is great. And with the new consoles, the game is just going to sparkle and jump off the screen.
Bringing this game to a new generation, even though it's not that old, is actually super exciting. Like getting to debut it again on all the new platforms. Telltale's got a lot bigger of a fan base now, and there's a lot of people who probably didn't know that we made this game. But it's still got a lot of the same core principles that are fun in a Telltale game. You know, we're taking this thing that's super familiar and we're putting our own story in it and allowing you to play it. So in time with the 30th anniversary of the films, now we're getting to kind of add to what's out there in the media and saying, like, you know, you're rebuying the movie again and watching it. Here's a game you might enjoy as well. And it kind of, you know, watch the movies first, get back the nostalgia, and then right after the movie ends, you can pop in the game and continue the story from there.
Pretty cool, man. Bob Gale giving his, you know, final approval. He's overseeing this. And that dude does sound like Michael J. Fox. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and hop into a game here. Speaking of game, I won't be talking through this. It's a story. All right. I was wondering about this settings here. Let's see what we got here. I want to see all that dialogue. Level hint. Subtitles off. Good. Pop-up text on. I guess. I don't know. That works for me. What else we got here? Hold on. Damn it. Oh, okay. That was it. All right. We'll just let it ride, man. But I just didn't want to see fucking, what do you call it, the subtitles. Here we go.
All right, I'm ready.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1. Come on, Einie. Hey, boy, get in there. That a boy. In you go. Get down. Get your seatbelt on. That's it.
Whoa. Okay.
Please note that Einstein's clock is in precise synchronization with my control watch. Got it?
Right. Check, Doc.
Good. Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
You got that thing hooked up to the car?
Watch this.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Not me. The car. The car. If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Watch this, watch this. What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds!
Hot Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact. And at precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Doc?
Huh, that's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
Notebook. Got it. Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
My latest invention. The thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I've detailed the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. If it ever fell into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. Let's see. Is mass equals I times Z, and E equals the square root of Z times C squared, and the...
Doc, shouldn't we get out of here before the Libyans show up? Doc?
Great Scott!
Doc, what is it?
I've made a horrible mistake.
Doc! Doc, no!
I'm sorry, Marty.
Doc, come back! Doc! Doc!
Marty, is everything okay?
Yeah, Mom. It was just a nightmare. I was in the past, and Doc was there.
Well, you're safe and sound now, back in good old 1986. But you'd better get up. Your father's waiting for you.
Huh?
Weren't you going to meet him over at Doc's?
Holy crap, I'm late! Are we too late to stop the sale?
Better late than never. You wouldn't believe how much rare stuff there is back here.
That's Doc's stuff. The city has no right to...
Now, son, I know you're upset, but your friend's been gone for months, and the city really seems hell-bent on using his land for that new parking garage. And, hey, is that a first edition Jules Verne?
It's just not fair. But at least things can't get any worse.
Hey, Marty.
Hi, Biff.
Come to see if the old crackpot had any buried treasure?
Nah, I guess I'm just... remembering.
Okay, so I guess we gotta look for shit, huh? Select items around the lab to make sure Doc didn't leave anything laying around. Anything dangerous laying around. Okay. TV.
Does nature contrive it so that even with a time machine, you can intervene to prevent your own conception, for example?
Maybe I got to see here. Talk to his dad. Marty. Fly would talk to his dad.
Hey, Dad. I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know...
Yes, you've told us he's not dead. He's on a trip. Let's say you're right. Have you considered that this trip may not have been entirely voluntary? I hate to say it, but Doc's run up some pretty sizable debts around town. Maybe he's just hiding from his creditors.
Who's running this sale anyway?
Oh, that'd be me, son.
You? Why?
Well, once it became apparent that the bank was going through with the sale, I volunteered to oversee it in order to make sure that Doc's stuff would be treated with a modicum of respect. Isn't that right, Biff?
You got it, Mr. McFly.
What's Biff doing here? He wasn't a friend of Doc's.
It's a public sale, Marty. Everyone's allowed. Even Biff.
Do you think dreams can predict the future?
Well, you know I don't go in for that mystical stuff, but I do think they can reflect how you're feeling about the future. What did you dream?
Oh, just weird stuff about Doc.
Well, that's understandable, don't you think?
I guess, but I feel like it was telling me something.
I guess with these hints, I thought I turned it off.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son. But the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff. Maybe you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
Well,
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad.
see here. Have you looked at Doc models? Yeah. I need to look around, I guess, for the model. I wish they didn't tell you. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe they should with me.
Doc built this model at downtown Hill Valley way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. What the? Is that Doc's notebook in there?
Hey, that looks just like the courthouse. You gotta hand it to the old coot. He was good with his hands.
Biff, can I see that a minute?
This would look great in my fish tank. Give the old carp something new to nibble on.
Can I see that model courthouse for just a second? I need to get something out of it.
Like what? A not guilty verdict? That was a joke.
Oh, ha. But really, can I?
Nah, I think I'll hold on to it.
Give it here, Biff.
Well, well, looky what we have here. Looks like plans for something. What's a flux catheter?
It's none of your business. Doc asked me to...
Brown's worm food, kid. But this looks like it might be worth something.
Hey, Biff. I just can't let you keep that notebook. It's dangerous.
What, is it set to explode or something?
Well, in a way.
I'll take my chances.
I only want that notebook because, well, I'm sentimental. It's like a piece of Doc.
Doc's dead. Time to get over it and move on.
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
Never mind.
I was thinking that you would talk to him and your decisions would do stuff.
Looks like a hand crank lightning rod, or maybe a lightning powered pencil sharpener.
See here, I'm gonna play with the guitar. I was gonna play with the guitar damp, but there's a guitar right there, huh? Alright. Go get the guitar and rock and roll.
Hey, Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it?
Sorry, son. Must have been an overzealous clerk. Just pick it up. I'll iron things out with the bank.
Always wanted to do this. So, inventory. What's help do? Oh. That's what it does. Alright, well. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have the guitar? There you go. I'm equipped to get the guitar. Okay. Go to the amplifier. Alright,
Here's
time
an
to
oldie,
rock.
but a goodie. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, look! It's Chuck Butthead. Let me show you how it's done.
Now, Biff, I think that's Marty's guitar.
Oh, gosh, you're right, Mr. McFly. Oh, here you go, Marty. Let's hear a few licks. Wow, that was sizzling hot, like a melting ice cube.
Alright, let's try this shit again.
And now, something your kids are really gonna like.
Thanks for warming them up for me, butthead.
Biff, I thought I told you not to take my son's guitar.
Oh, right. Sure thing, Mr. McFly. I was just warming them up for you, Marty. Let's see what you got.
Maybe I should be doing something here.
Quality's good, but it needs more bass. And treble. And volume.
I guess. Try again.
You want to hear a number by Biff and the Biff Tones? Always happy to play for my adoring fans.
Now, Biff.
Oh, yeah. Here you go, Marty.
Alright, am I missing something? Oh, there we go.
Let's make some noise.
Yeah, fucking A. Crank that fucker. We all know what's going to happen. But it's still going to be fun that you can do it. There you go. Got all cranked up.
You want to hear a number by Biff and the Biff Tones? Always happy to play for my adoring fans.
Now, Biff.
Oh, yeah. Here you go, Marty. Man, you kids have ruined rock and roll.
Am I missing something here? Okay. Maybe
Hey,
I talk
Dad.
to him again.
That notebook is Doc's legacy. I've got an obligation to protect it.
Now, hold on a minute. Didn't you just get done telling me Doc's still around? Off traveling somewhere?
Yeah?
Then how is it your obligation to protect his legacy? You can't have it both ways, Marty. If Doc's alive, he can protect his own legacy.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son. But the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff. Maybe you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad.
Okay. Well, Biff comes around and puts that thing on the ground when I pick up the guitar, so there you go.
You want to hear a number by Biff and the Biff Tones? Always happy to play for my adoring fans.
Now, Biff.
Oh, yeah. Here you go, Marty.
Oh, I know what I need to do, because it said that he could fight his own battles. I gotta do that. Okay. I figured this out.
Man, you kids have ruined rock and roll.
Fuck you, Biff. Alright.
Hey, Dad. About Biff. Dad, I know you're trying to help.
He talks a big game, son, but he's not so tough. I've been dealing with him a long time. Believe me, I can handle him.
So can I.
I guess you can. Okay, son, I'll stay out of your way. But you know where to find me.
Okay.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad.
Alright, now let's do this shit. Damn it.
Now that is a dangerous amp.
Hit the wrong button. There you go.
You want to hear a number by Biff and the Biff Tones? Always happy to play for my adoring fans.
Fuck Al.
Now watch me blow the lid off this joint.
Whatever you say.
Whoa!
Rock on, Biff.
Oh, shit.
Doc, where are you?
You know, first impressions, I'm digging it. I like it. I'm not a big point and click game, but
Doc?
I really like this.
Einstein! Where do you come from, boy? Didn't you bring Doc with you?
I always wanted to sit in DeLorean. So let's see what this is.
Marty?
Ah!
Marty, if you're hearing this recording, then the DeLorean's automatic retrieval feature is a resounding success.
Automatic retrieval?
In case of my failure to return to the DeLorean within an allotted time, I programmed the time machine to jump to these four-dimensional coordinates without me. As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity, and despite my elaborate precautions, there's always a possibility that I could land in trouble sometime. And that sometime is now, or then, or maybe later.
He's in trouble.
Marty, you come to my rescue in the past, or was it the future? Anyway, I'm relying on you to do it again. Please take the DeLorean back, or forward, to whenever it is I'm stuck in time. When you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do.
That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is?
Just go to the date specified on the time circuit readout under the heading marked Last Time Departed. Good luck.
Right. Last time departed. Oh, jeez. Come on. Crap! Oh, great. How am I supposed to find him now? Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe. Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc.
Might as well ask Einstein what's going on.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
Oh yeah. So we got a shoe. Got a quip, maybe?
What do you know about this shoe, Einie? Great Scott! I think he's onto something. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie?
Alright. Arcade time.
Starbase 0. I hope Jimmy's fixed the Wild Gunman machine.
Hell yeah, let's play some arcades. Can we go in? Hell yeah.
I guess there's time for a quick game.
I'm down for this shit. Well, that's not what I thought I was going to do. Damn it.
Okay,
really?
Now I'm ready.
Well, I'm not. We walk around here. What's Tiny doing? Guess we'll talk to the dog.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie? Why couldn't Doc have invented a dog translator?
Yeah. Worked for that movie Up, right? Oh, do I need to equip the shoe again? Is that what we need to do? He's there at the door for some reason. Let's see what we got here.
Nah.
Well, fucking A, alright.
I don't think so.
Well, I can't go anywhere. Bigger store. Door.
Maybe not.
Buzzer.
Not sure what that...
What did I just do?
Not sure what that...
What am I doing wrong? Well, I guess as far as I could go. I'm used to open world games, man. Alright, so... Let's see what we can do here.
Not sure what that... Not sure what that...
See, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Talk to... maybe I just need to see something here?
Not sure what that...
Well... I don't know.
Not sure what that...
It keeps on cutting off, so I must be doing something up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let me go. Do I have to walk here?
Not sure what that...
I'm not sure what that is either.
Not sure what that...
What am I doing wrong? Oh, look. Einstein seems awfully interested in that. Oh. Try pressing the buzzer. Well, you know what? That says Einstein, that's his buzzer.
Not sure what that... Not sure what that...
Well, that's not working out. Let's see here. Just time machine. Discover. Yeah. Well.
Not sure what that...
guys, I'm sorry. We're stuck here. I gotta figure out what the hell am I doing wrong. I keep on
Not
going
sure what that...
Einstein's going. See,
Not sure what that...
Got the book. Equipped with a shoe. Do I need to give him the shoe again?
Not sure what that...
I don't know, man. Oh, do I need to go back out here? far as I can go.
Not sure what that...
Okay, I just realized that. Left one toggle and right one toggle. Okay. So that we did. That we did. And that's the buzzer, probably.
Not sure what that...
Arcade sign. Buzzer. Einstein.
Not sure what that...
I don't know, man. Fuck. Will Jeff ever get out of this? I don't know.
Not sure what that...
I'm gonna have to play around with this shit. Damn it. Eventually I always get stuck. Well, guys, I'm sorry. I was hoping to get a little further in the storyline.
Not sure what that... What do you think, Einstein? You think I should ring the bell? Not
Yeah.
sure what that...
I should ring the bell.
Not sure what that...
Alright.
Not sure what that...
I don't know if it's a glitch.
Not sure what that...
Shoo. Help. Examine, yeah. Exit. Oh. What the fuck? I had to go look at the chute and look at the buzzer?
Step away from the door.
Ah!
Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
No, hooligan. I'm a slacker. I'm no hooligan. There you go.
I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager.
I wasn't born yesterday, young man. Aren't you the miscreant who skateboards through the town square every morning between 8 and 8:30 in a decidedly unpunctual manner?
Yeah?
All skateboarders are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
I guess that makes me a hooligan because I'm a scare. Who are you?
E. Strickland. You aren't related to Vice Principal Strickland, are you, ma'am?
Not that it's any of your business, but I'm his sister, Edna. Oh, and you're one of those McFly slackers, aren't you?
Yes. What's old man Strick? I mean, what else has your brother been saying about me?
Nothing I couldn't have deduced from myself, slacker. State your business, child. You're making me miss Merv.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure why I'm here. Einstein here brought me, and...
Well?
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Okay.
A shoe? Wow, now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there! Leave that creature outside!
Sorry, Einstein.
Well, took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So neat and orderly. I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But...
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up. Have a seat, Sonny. Hey! You kids! Put out those cigarettes!
Well, guys, I don't want to make you suffer too much, but I just want to check out the game. I mean, first thoughts, I like it. If you're a fan of Back to the Future and you're a fan of the original cast, they're here for the most part. And it's a point-and-click game, so yeah, it's not like my traditional games I would like to get, to play. But yeah, it's really cool. I'm digging it. Until next time, my fellow gamers, game on. We can go ahead and show you some cool stuff, man. I thought you'd appreciate it. Until next time, laters.
Hi, I'm Bob Gale, co-creator, co-writer, co-producer of the Back to the Future trilogy and consultant for Telltale's Back to the Future game.
I think it's great. What a fabulous idea. It's certainly timely. I mean, video games are hot, and this is great material. I mean, it should be a lot of fun.
I sat down in this meeting with the guys from Telltale, and they were all Back to the Future fans. They loved the movie. They grew up as kids watching all three of the movies, and they really were respectful of the material. It's great to finally get a game that looks like it's going to be done the right way.
To us, focusing on the story and character is sort of the heart of the series, and I think that the adventure game format is perfect for doing a Back to the Future game.
The story starts taking place about 6 months after Back to the Future 3, so it's all new material.
So we open with this idea of what's Marty's life like now that Doc isn't around, his best buddy is gone. All of a sudden, the DeLorean reappears, Marty learns he's got to go back in time and find Doc, who's stranded somewhere.
We've got some really good talent that really gave some good performances, fittingly kicked off by Christopher Lloyd.
Great Scott!
He just did a fantastic job and jumped right back into character.
Kind of like riding a bike, yeah. Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Here at Telltale, casting is a really important part of our process, and getting Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd involved has been great to help sell the authenticity of the game. Michael J. Fox let us have the rights to his likeness for the character of Marty, which is great. When we found out that he wouldn't be available for voice recording, we had to set out and find someone who could do a really great Marty voice.
We obviously had to find someone who could really nail it, and doing a sound-alike casting is difficult because their bar is set so high.
When I was younger, I guess when I was going through puberty, I sounded a lot like Marty, and people would always say to me, you sound like, that guy from Back to the Future.
AJ had approached the company, and we're not exactly sure how it got where it got, but the MP3 ended up in my inbox.
Doc, you gotta listen to me. The bruise on your head, I know how that happened. You told me the whole story.
So they sent me the casting sessions. I'm listening to this AJ LoCascio guy, and I just stopped in my tracks.
I listened to it, and if I didn't know that this was not Michael, I would have assumed it was.
Michael J. Fox is a hero of mine. Doc, come back! Doc! I've done a lot of, student voiceover work, but this is my first professional gig, and it's huge. Oh! I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd ever be doing this. I mean, it was something that was kind of a joke when I was younger, like, hey, AJ does a great Marty McFly impression, and now it's something that, I'm actually doing it for work. I get to say, what the hell is a gigawatt? And it's no one's laughing at it. They're like, okay, good, let's record that.
The beginning of production on this, or pre-production, was pretty exploratory in that, we all had different ideas. How do we stay true to the license and do something completely new and interesting that not only works for people who might have seen the first film a long time ago, but who are also huge fans and know every line of dialogue. Everything from story to the design of the characters to the way we shoot the scenes, the cameras we use, the lighting setups, everything we try to sort of always ask ourselves, would this be plausible in a Back to the Future film? My main role actually as episode director is being the fan and trying to take every single aspect of the process and filter it through a fan's eyes so that when someone is playing this game who knows all the dialogue from all the movies, they're not going to be disappointed. Our game is a brand new adventure with Marty and Doc. It takes place 6 months after the events of the third film, and now we're going on a brand new adventure with them that takes them through all different time periods, lots of problems. You as the player playing as Marty, helping to sort of figure things out for Doc. One thing that's really great that sold us all at Telltale on the season and on why we needed to make this game was the sort of backbone storyline for the whole 5-episode bit. And it was great when the designers started sort of throwing out ideas and asking questions of like, well, you know, what would Emmett have been like when he was younger? And we're all kind of like, oh, yeah, that's actually interesting. I'd like to explore that a little bit. Once you start with those interesting questions, then you get a lot of stories that come out of that, which are really appealing to fans. Hi, my name is Dennis Lenart, and I was director on Back to the Future the Game. We're super excited to bring this game out of the archives to Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 for the very first time in order to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the films. When we originally made the game, one of the goals was to get key members from the cast involved. Unfortunately, at the time, Tom Wilson was unavailable. However, when we got the opportunity to re-release the game, we immediately reached out to Tom and found that he was available and totally on board to reprise his role. He's now joining Claudia Wells as Jennifer Parker, Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown, and in special appearances, Michael J. Fox as McFlys of the past and future. Now here's an exclusive interview with Tom talking about the films and recording his lines for the game.
Tom Wilson as Biff, Back to the Future 101. This is take 80.
Don't run away from me, you little rat! The Back to the Future movies were incredibly popular from the minute they hit movie theaters. Because if you think about it, it's sort of amazing that no one came up with a story idea where you take a time machine and meet your own parents. What if you met yourself earlier in your life? What if you met your mom and dad? What would that be like? And that's, I think, fascinating for people, and it just endures. I was absent from school a lot. I was sick when I was a kid, and I was pushed around by bullies a lot. So the germ of what Biff came from was me doing an impression of people that I had looked at, people that I had watched pushing me around. Of course, as an actor, then you approach things and what will his voice sound like? What will his physicality be like? And there are many techniques that actors use in order to get that. But I mean, he moves his neck more. He uses his jaw more than I do. You know, things like that. So with every character in the movie, I would think about those things. I would think about how do you approach it physically, how I stand, how my face is going to be, how I'm going to hold my jaw with the different things. So that was my approach to it. I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand with voice acting, because voice acting is acting. It's acting a character. And if you're not moving with your voice, if you're not doing the things that you would do, it's you can hear the difference in it. So a lot of people come up, and I would think the same thing. If I wasn't in show business, I would think, well, I could make funny voices. I could just go like, hey guys, wait, and people think, well, I should be a voice actor. That's not it at all. You have to be an actor. And a lot of times in voiceover, you have to be a more experienced actor because you realize all the physicality and everything is great, but it has to come through here. It's only going into people's ears. So a lot of stuff, a lot of quality has to be in that in order for everybody to get, oh yeah, that's the guy, for it to really work. Yes, I'm accustomed to that kind of a thing where the script is very thick because you have many different choices that the player, the participant, can make, and the scene is going to go in different ways. In fact, I'm doing kind of an angrier version of this interview right after. You can ask the same questions. No, you have to be here, and we're going to just do an option that the player can click a thing, and you ask me questions, and everyone just ticks me off. I go, let's try one now. Let's try one now. Click it, and okay. Go ahead, ask the next one.
Have you listened to AJ LoCascio's impersonation of Michael J. Fox in the role of Marty McFly, and what did you think of it?
What kind of question is that? He stinks. Next question. In the first Back to the Future, I was playing myself as an older guy, younger guy. Second Back to the Future, I played older guy, alternate universe, all this stuff. But I'm just a guy from Philadelphia. I grew up taking subways and trains places. I got to play a cowboy. I got to learn roping, riding, and quick draw shooting in a Western. And Westerns are made sometimes, but very rarely, so that was my favorite. Because who doesn't want to come into a saloon with those doors? And just because you walk in, like everyone just falls silent and like chairs, tables clear out, just because you're standing there, that's pretty cool. So, so I had a lot of fun with that. I don't even fit in a DeLorean. That's really, what the answer to the question is, I couldn't get into the DeLorean because I can't fit in the DeLorean. I tried to fit in the DeLorean. In one of the movies where I'm stealing the DeLorean and I get in it, and it takes about 4 minutes for me to actually close the door. And they're like, Tom, you're stealing the car. You have to get in it. And, I have to fold myself into an origami swan in order to get into the DeLorean and close the door, so I couldn't use it anymore.
Episode 3 begins with Marty literally crash landing into an alternate 1986.
He thought that everything was fixed back in 31, but everything went horribly wrong.
The first person that Marty comes in contact with is his old girlfriend, Jennifer.
We basically got the casting sheet of who was going to be in episode 3.
We obviously would love it if Claudia Wells could reprise her role as Jennifer from the first film.
I bumped into Claudia at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. I stopped her and I was like, Claudia!
Claudia! And I turned around and there was this sweet kid and he goes, I'm Marty McFly.
I'm in the new game. I'm Marty.
And I was thrilled. I said, I want to be Jennifer.
I got like a message from you that was like, hey, I met Claudia Wells last night. She's super interested in the game. A couple of us around the office were all just like sitting there like waiting, like, oh my God, we've got to, what the heck's going on? We got to get her.
I'm in LA, so I was by her store. So he's like, go down to her store. And he's like, go talk to her, go get her. And I was like, all right. Jennifer, Claudia, we gotta go back.
Back where?
Back to the future. We need you to play Jennifer in the new Back to the Future game.
It's too late.
What do you mean it's too late? We got all the time in the world. Come on, what are you waiting for? Yes.
Totally.
Well, Jennifer is a slightly mean version of her sweet self.
She's very rebellious and punk rock teenager.
Dream on, McFly. We might have had a thing for about 10 minutes.
She's a bit of a Joan Jett character now, and she is not dating Marty in this new timeline.
You're seeing things, McWeirdo. I like being the different versions, the sweet Jennifer that she was, plus kind of the rock and roll Jennifer that she's like in it. Next topic. This is my first time doing a video game, but I love it. I would love voiceovers to be my new third career. It's great. It's great. It's like old home.
She's got this.
Making Back to the Future the game has been an awesome experience for all of us here at Telltale, and we were fortunate enough to have the support and involvement of a lot of the people that were responsible for the original film.
Chapter 5 is the wrap-up of this wonderfully crazy, insane adventure, and it all works out really well. Little things that have been set up in earlier episodes, they come back and they play a part in the finale, which is what we would all expect from a game called Back to the Future.
We went into this series really wanting to explore the relationship between Marty and Doc. And of course, this being the final episode, we are testing it more than we did in any other episode.
The fans of the movie really do feel that the game has captured the essence and the spirit of the movies. AJ LoCascio as Marty McFly, his spot-on version of Marty, it astounds me to this day.
Doc, come back! Doc!
For episode 5, the direction we wanted to take a couple of the bits, we kind of started thinking like, yeah, it'd be really cool if Michael J. Fox were involved. We got to talking to him and he actually was interested in doing it, so it worked out really well.
Well, now you two look at my lost. Hey, what on earth is that thing?
That's just an insane honor. Nothing we could have ever expected when the series started.
His humor and his lighthearted way and his skill and talent is just genius.
You know, Back to the Future just isn't Back to the Future without Michael J. Fox, and having him be back with the rest of the team, you know, having everyone there really makes it, an authentic experience.
For a lot of us, this is was kind of our Star Wars of the science fiction epic of that 80s generation. It's great to be working on something that has that love to it.
We got a lot of super fans in the office, and we have a lot of super fans on our forum, and I hope that we've made them all very happy.
You know, the whole series starts on a sort of melancholy note that Doc hasn't been around for a while, and it's all about getting Doc back, essentially. And by the end, we leave Marty and Doc in a really good place for the future.
You know, where it leaves us, it just makes me want to see what the next adventure is.
I'll say this about the ending of the game. It does evoke the end of the first movie in its own special way. So I think people are going to say, oh, boy.